Hello, and welcome to the Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Janel Norton, and I'm a Level 3 Certified Warriors at Ease teacher. Today, I'm going to guide you through a 30-minute practice in the chair, and this class is designed to help open all of those tight spots in our bodies. All right, let's begin seated nice and tall in our chair. Let your shoulders just release down. You can have your hands palms face down on your lap, or maybe palms face up, whatever feels natural for you here. Slightly draw your shoulders a little bit behind. Feel the length in the spine and all the way through the crown of the head, almost like someone's drawing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. The shoulders drop heavy. And we're nice and tall here. And you can have eyes open. You can have a soft gaze down at your mat or the floor here. Or if you feel comfortable, maybe close the eyes and just find the rhythm of your breath for a moment. You don't have to change or fix anything here. We're just noticing the rhythm of our own breath as it enters and leaves the body. Notice where you find the sensation of your breath. That might be in the nostrils, that cool sensation of the inhale and the exhale here, or perhaps the back of the throat. And then noticing where you find the movement of your breath the deepest. You might feel that you're breathing up in the upper chest, which is where most of us breathe about 29,000 times per day. So for this next half hour of our practice, we're going to try to draw into the lower lobes of the lungs to fully expand the breath here. So on our next inhale, let the belly be soft and take a nice big deep 3-part breath, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, air all the way up into the collarbones, and then exhale for 3, 2, 1, drawing the belly into the spine, and begin again. Inhale nice and tall, 1, 2, 3 to the top full, and then exhale, 3, 2, 1, drawing the belly into the spine. Keep going here for a few rounds with your body's own natural breathing rhythm with this count. Everybody will be at a little different pace here. Maybe noting how you can invite the breath a little deeper into the lower lobes on each breath in, feeling the expansion of the ribs all the way into the collarbones. Finding a nice sensation of releasing and relaxing on the exhales, and slightly drawing that belly button in towards the spine. Any time here during this rhythm of your breath, you can layer in what we call breath with sound, or the ocean breath. So to add this in on the exhales, we constrict the vocal cords in the back of the throat, almost like you're trying to whisper, but the mouth is closed. So maybe give that a try here for a moment. On the next exhale, constrict the vocal cords in the back of the throat and make that nice audible ocean sound so that you can hear your breath exiting the body. Still inhaling for a deep count of 3. Exhaling for 3 with sound. Let's take 5 more rounds like this with our breath. Each exhale allowing any more bits of tension that you have in the neck and the jaw, in the eyes, the cheeks to just melt away and relax. So what we're doing with that breath with sound is we're accessing the parasympathetic nervous system here. It's the vagal response in the body that naturally happens when we're upset or mad. So it's a nice, easy hack to get into that nice, calming state in our nervous system here. Go ahead and take 1 more deep breath in. Nice, long exhale with sound. Good. If you have your eyes closed, you can keep them there or you can open them. If you have your hands in one spot, you can move them if the wrists are starting to get a little achy. So we're still tall in the spine here. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to start to work into the neck. As you exhale, allow your chin to fall to your sternum, opening up the back of the cervical spine. Shoulders are still down and back. We're just allowing the weight of the head to come forward here. Shoulders are still loose. The weight of the head is doing all the work. And we're still breathing nice and deep here. So you might find, if you're still using that breath with sound, that also helps facilitate muscle relaxation response in the body. You might find the weight of that head starts to draw a little further down towards the floor, getting a nice stretch for the back of the neck. At any time, if it's not feeling good for you, just back out a little bit. Always honor the body here, what it needs. We're still breathing. Good. Take one more breath in. Nice, long, complete exhale. Deep breath in here. And as you exhale, start to roll that right ear towards the right shoulder. So I'll be opposite you guys. Now feel into that left trap. Notice if you started to let that left shoulder creep up to the left ear, keep it nice and relaxed. Just allow the weight of the head to fall to the right shoulder. And we're really feeling into that trap. And if you want to wiggle into this space just a little bit here, maybe on your next exhale, start to take the chin down towards the right pec. And you'll feel into that back neck a little bit on the right. And then maybe the inhale, you draw the chin up towards the top of that right shoulder head, getting a little deeper into that left side of the neck. Exhale, draw the chin down towards the right pec. You can do this with or without movement. If you don't want to use movement, just stay here with that ear just dropping towards the right shoulder. And we're still breathing here for about another 4 deep rounds of breath. Eyes can be opened or closed. Sometimes it's nice to have the eyes shut. When you close down that one main sense, you can start to really feel and deepen into those other senses. Take one more deep breath. On the exhale, allow that chin to fall back to the sternum. Now feel the difference in between the left and the right trap here for a moment. Just take that in. Head is weighted and heavy. Shoulders are back. One more breath in. Good. Nice exhale. Draw that left ear towards the left shoulder and feel into the right side. Each side might be a little different depending how you slept last night, what you got going on this side from past injuries. So just notice where you are. It might be that you're able to go deeper on this side, or maybe you're not able to go as deep. So honor that. And then you can stay right here, or you can take that movement with your breath. Inhale. Maybe allow that chin to fall down towards that left pec. Feel the deeper sensation now in that right trap. Maybe inhale that chin up towards the left shoulder, getting a little twist here in the cervical spine. Exhale it back down towards the pec. Taking a few, if you're taking movement with the breath, a few rounds. If you're here, just stay and breathe with the head dangling. Tall in the spine, shoulders are still relaxed on the back. Take 3 more deep breaths on this side. One more beautiful breath in. On the exhale, let that chin roll back down towards the sternum, feeling now maybe a little more evenness between the left and the right side. Take one more breath in. Nice long exhale. Go ahead and inhale that crown of the head up. And then maybe you can keep going, letting that chin start to drop towards the ceiling. Just feel into the front of the neck here, wherever it's comfortable for you. Take 3 deep breaths. Now we're just opening the whole front of the throat. You can even wiggle your jaw here a little if you want to. Left and right. You can open and close the jaw. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the head back to center into neutral. Good. Go ahead and make any little rolls with the shoulders, front or back, one at a time, whatever you feel you might need here to work into any more sticky spots that might still be there in the shoulders. Good. And then we're going to get into a little bit of movement for the spine, flexion and extension. So the feet are nice and flat. We're still tall in the spine. Press your palms into your knees and your shins, your thighs. And then inhale, lift your heart up, draw the shoulders on the back, eye gaze comes up if that feels good for the neck. Squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. And then as you exhale, you can grip the knees with your fingers and allow that as leverage to be able to round forward. Let the head drop, draw the belly button in. So you can make these are called cat-cow, as big or as small as you need them to be. So if the spine is not feeling very pliable today, maybe your cat-cows are just here. You can just do a little rock with the pelvis opening and closing, or you can make them as big and expressive as you need to. We're just flexing and extending through the whole spinal column here. We're going to take 2 more rounds. Finding the top of the inhale with the top of the pose. Ride that wave of breath all the way to the bottom with the bottom of the pose. 1 more round. Good. And then we'll come back to that neutral spine. Again, if you have any more little wiggles that you want to make here, go ahead and make them. And then we'll find some stillness. Good. Now we can move into the hips a little bit here. So you're going to keep the hands and the knees right where they are. You're going to take your right shoulder, take a deep breath in, and start to take that right shoulder and just lean over towards your right. And then you're going to exhale long through center. Take the left shoulder over towards the left knee and inhale it all the way up tall. So we're just essentially drawing some big circles with our crown of our head, the ceiling, keeping the spine long as we roll through a few of these. You should start feeling into that lower back. Feel the abdominals have to engage and release as you roll through. And this is another one of those that are really nice if you close the eyes and you can feel all those muscle groups contracting and releasing as you roll through. Take 2 more rounds in this direction. Again, you can be as big in your circles as you want, or maybe you're just rolling your rib cage around. Whatever feels good in your body here. It's your practice. Last round on this side. We'll all meet center tall. Take a deep breath in here. Take it to the other side. Left shoulder towards the left. Exhale long through the spine. Right shoulder towards the right knee. And all the way up tall. Take 3 more rounds here. Just take your time. Make this movement nice and intentional. Making sure we're staying long in the spine. Engagement in the core. We're still loose in the shoulders. You don't need all that tension here in the upper body. Notice if the jaw or the eyes are clenched, you can let that go. And find that last round here, loosening into that lower back. Good. And then we're sitting nice and tall. We'll wait for everybody to get here. Take a deep breath in. Nice long exhale. Good. Let's explore getting a little bit deeper into the spine now. So go ahead and take your hands behind you. If you have a chair that's got a back on it, or maybe you can reach down to the legs, whatever you can hold on to behind you, go ahead and lift that heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. You can use that leverage of holding on to the chair to let the heart come forward and lift nice and tall. We're going to take 5 deep breaths. Almost envision like you have a tennis ball between your shoulder blades and you're trying to squeeze that tennis ball here. We're opening up the pecs and all across the front of the heart. Good job, you guys. Take 1 more breath in. Nice. Go ahead and release. Let the hands come back to the lap. Sit nice and tall for one moment. Let that spine reset. And then we're going to take that spine the opposite way from which it just came, taking a forward fold. So your forward fold might just be leaning forward, or you might start to explore coming down. Belly might rest on thighs. Maybe you might even allow the hands to release. You can let the hands dangle or maybe come to the floor, keeping the head in line with the spine here, or if it feels okay for the back of the neck, you might explore allowing the crown of the head to just drop and open that neck up. If you want, you might take a little sway side to side here. Again, if you're up here, you're just staying nice and long in the spine. If you have any lower back issues, this might feel better for you. Maybe a little rock side to side. Take 2 more deep breaths. Feel nice and grounded into the feet, rooted through the sits bones. Deep breath in. Long, complete exhale. Inhale all the way up tall. Good. Now we're going to take a little bit of a side bend for the spine. So go ahead and take that right hand and you can just let it dangle here, or you can maybe grab onto any portion of your chair that you can get a hold of. Lift that left arm up nice and tall. The left bicep is by the left ear. Keep long, reaching through the left fingertips. And as you exhale, you're going to lean towards your right. Shoulders are still loose. We're opening up all those intercostals along the left side of the body. Notice if that left glute is coming up. If that's the issue, then go ahead and reroute that left glute and just take that side bend from here. If you want, you can take a little bit of breath with movement here, maybe inhaling and rotating the heart up towards the ceiling, getting a nice little opening for the front of the body. Keep reaching through the left fingertips towards the right. Exhale, rotating that lat down. So with or without movement, we'll take 2 more deep breaths here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, coming all the way up tall, let that left arm come on down. Take one nice big deep breath in here, reset the spine. Nice long exhale, feeling the difference between the left and the right ribs. And then we're going to inhale that right arm up, nice and tall, maybe grabbing onto the side of the chair, or let that left arm dangle. And when you're ready, exhale, leaning towards your left. Keep that right sit bone and glute on your chair, just reaching through the right fingertips, and you can stay here, or you can take that little bit of movement. Inhale, rotating up towards the sky. Exhale, grounding down towards the floor. So that little bit of rotation, you're going to start to feel into the lats, and then that upper rib cage on the front. If you're here, you're just feeling those intercostal stretch at the top of the in-breath, rooting down into that right glute on the exhale. Take 2 more breaths. Good. On your exhale, those right obliques are going to draw us all the way back up through center. Allow that right arm to come on down. Good. Let's take a connecting breath here, nice and tall in the spine. Inhale, arms will come up. Eye gaze might meet at the fingers, or keep the neck neutral if that feels better. Exhale, bring those hands into the sternum. And then third eye to the sky, all the way up tall. Let those hands face away from each other, and then just press the energy down. Like you're moving through water here, nice and controlled. Ride the breath all the way down, and then face those palms up, sweep. Good. Hands come together, bring them into sternum. Inhale it up. Palms face away from each other, press it down, nice and slow, tall spine. Good. Now you can stay with these modified sun salutes, or if you want to try a little bit more here, inhale it all the way up. Exhale, maybe take the hands to heart and start to lean forward. Inhale it all the way back up. Palms face away, exhale it down. Good. One more round. Face the palms up, sweep. Feel that nice long stretch along the side body. Exhale it in. Maybe that lean here, or you can stay with hands to heart. Inhale it all the way up. Palms face away. Exhale, press it down. Good. So just it becomes almost like a moving meditation after a while when you learn to connect that breath with movement. So from here, we're going to get into the hips a little bit. So we have several different variations. Your hips might be really tight in the hip flexors if you're in a chair a lot or seated, or you might have injuries or hip problems. So if that's the case, you might just cross the ankles and you'll feel a little bit of an opening here. Or maybe you have a stool or a book or something that you can maybe get a little more height with that leg. If you're able to take that right ankle and put it on top of the left thigh, you're going to feel a nice deep stretch here. So any one of those variations, keep flexion in that right foot, especially if it's on top of this left thigh, so you keep the knee joint safe. And we can just stay right here, nice and tall, and breathe, feeling that opening happening in that right hip. There's always a place to go in our yoga, so if you want to deepen this one a little bit, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, think about taking your sternum to the top of that right shin. Just a nice little lean. Good. Take your time here. It's a pretty intense stretch. Again, if you have anything going on in the knee here and that doesn't feel good, come on out, take it to a block, a book, or all the way to the floor. We're going to take about 3 more deep breaths here. Good. On your next inhale, slowly bring that spine tall if you were leaning forward, and then gently release. And then maybe give that right knee a little sway side to side. And we're going to try that on the other side. Again, both sides are different, so just be where you are. Either cross the ankle, maybe you take that prop, a block, or a book, or you can take that left heel and ankle to the top of the right thigh. And then here, flexion in that foot to keep that knee joint safe, staying nice and tall. Or maybe you take a deep breath in and just explore taking that sternum towards that left shin. Just wherever you are on this side, don't push too hard, just breathe. So we want to find our edge in these poses. We don't want to go past the edge. If you find that you're coming into some deep postures and you notice the breath gets short, or if you're holding your breath, then that's a nice little indicator that you've gone too far. So just back out a little bit so that you can keep that nice deep breath in and out. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. Nice job, you guys. Inhale it up nice and tall. And then we'll release that side. Set that left foot down. Maybe give a nice little sway to the knee. Feel the blood rush back into that hip. Good. And then from here, we're going to get into the inner thighs a little bit. So you may want to try to scooch to the edge of your chair. Just make sure that your chair is on something nice and grippy so it doesn't slide. And we're going to take those knees kind of wide here for a little goddess pose. Take your hands right on top of your knees. Try to get your knees to align over your feet. So this might be you here. You might have a little more room. You might come a little wider. Just be where you start to feel a little opening here, tall spine. And then we're going to take a little bit of movement here with this one. So plant into the feet, press down into the ground with your hands on your knees. And then take a deep breath in. We're going to take this left shoulder and start to draw it over towards that right knee. Good. Feel that nice long spine, nice little stretch in that lower left back. Inhale it all the way up nice and tall. And then we're going to take that right shoulder over towards the left knee. So again, it doesn't matter how far you go in this. You're just trying to feel into that lower back. Good. Go ahead and take 2 more rounds like that with your breath. Exhaling down into one side. Inhaling up tall. Exhale down, shoulder to the other side. Inhale it all the way up. Good. So from here, go ahead and bring those knees back together. You can sit back a little bit now in your chair. Go ahead and ground the feet. Take a deep breath. Let the shoulders release down and back. Maybe close the eyes or take a soft gaze at the floor and just connect with all those spaces that we just opened up. You might notice there's still maybe some areas that are tight. You can always go back to some of these movements that we did and rework into that if you want. Otherwise, just sit nice and tall, feel the breath, take on that natural breathing rhythm once again here. Maybe if you have your eyes closed, you might connect with the colors and shapes that are here on the backs of the eyelids for a moment. Noticing the sensations in the body from that movement that we just did. Noticing perhaps the sounds that are here in the room around you. And feeling all those areas of the body that are connected to something. The soles of the feet, backs of the thighs, the glutes and hammies. Feeling the areas that are not in contact with something. And see if there's any areas here that you can just release and relax and let go. Just taking a few moments here in stillness and allow that practice to settle in. Take a nice breath in. Exhale through the mouth. And if the eyes are closed, go ahead and flutter them open. Thank you so much for joining me as part of the Warriors at Ease Operation Remote Resilience, and I hope you enjoyed this class. This video will be available to the public on the Warriors at Ease YouTube channel shortly, so make sure you subscribe to the Warriors at Ease channel so you never miss a class. And please consider visiting the link on the description below to make a donation to keep these classes free for all. Viewers like you make it possible for teachers like me to provide these services. This is Janel signing off for Warriors at Ease Operation Remote Resilience in health, resilience, and connection.